Hey everybody, welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything you need to build a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. It's Tuesday. That means the digital diva is in the house. Terry Johnson online from New York City. So what I'd like you to do is get a pen and paper, put your chair in its upright position, and be prepared to get some really good information from our conversation today. And without further ado, thank you for being here. And TJ, take it away.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week of marketing talk or chat or whatever we call this.
Marketing
And
talk.
I'm running behind, so let me get some water. We've got a lot of talking to do. We are going to talk about the social media age gap. And you're wondering, what is the social media age gap? Well, we're going to talk about a new study from Pew Research Center, and it's called American Social Media Use. And they study and they survey and they ask Americans what apps they use. And we've talked about this a lot. This is I can't even remember how many times we've talked about this study. Um I think they do it every year and a half. I'm not sure what the schedule is. But this is a YouTube study. So not YouTube. I let that out. So YouTube is like one of the things we're going to talk about. But this is to better understand American social media use. Pew Research Center surveyed 5,733 U.S. adults from May 19th to September 5th, 2023. So this is a sample from last year, and they're saying that they talk to people over the phone and the web, and I think mail. We don't need to get into details of like what how they did it. There's a sample size. They know who they want to talk to. They contact them and they do it differently. They do phone calls, they do web, and they do different things. So that is like the background for this study. Okay, now let me make sure I got all the details because they got lots of charts and things, but that's the background behind it. And let's talk a little bit about why they do these studies. And a little bit of background is that everybody's using social media, and we said
Right.
this over and over. I don't know how many we're going to keep saying it. This is where everybody's hanging out, not at the mall, not on Main Street, wherever they hung out before.
Yeah.
It's online, and it's different places, different platforms, different things. And also talking about this age gap, we're going to look at different groups of people by age. And there's the baby boomers, there's the Gen X, Gen Y, but they're millennials, and Gen Z, and then Gen Alpha. We don't talk a lot about Gen Alpha because I believe that's under 13, I believe. But that group is, they're aging up. So it it's interesting to see what platform each group gravitates towards. And I've had my own little opinion. I've talked about this. I mentioned last week about people wanting to gravitate to Instagram. For some reason, being upset that it's not working for them, and I'm telling you why. This study is a part of it. So you would think that Instagram would be on top, the way that everybody whines and cries about why they can't go on Instagram. But the surprising thing is not Instagram.
Mhm.
So I like to bring these studies because I see a thing where people are just holding on to Instagram, not seeing any results. And when I say people, I mean business owners. I mean people that, solopreneurs, business owners, not the influencers. Now, if you're an influencer, you know Instagram is your thing. But we're looking at growth, we're looking at revenue, we're looking at business goals of money in the bank, money in the bank account, not the likes, not the shares, not those things are great. But like I said, you cannot take likes to the bank and say, here, I got a million likes. Here's where's my money. That doesn't work. So we have to get off of this idea that Instagram is the only place to grow. because it's not. And we talked last week about Pinterest. And that was eye opening, even for me, because, like I said, Pinterest is one of those things that I put on the back burner.
Hmm.
And it shouldn't be on the back burner. It might be on the front burner, depending on what your goals are, who your people are. That means your target audience, what age are they, what they like to do, and those kind of things. So all of that has to be put into place rather than I'm just going to go to Instagram because I want to go on Instagram. And I always ask why. What is your goal? And it doesn't fit. So this study goes into the numbers, goes into the data, I mean, you can look at this and go, wow. Okay, so that's why we're talking about, and I talk about a lot of studies. Pew Research is one. I think Statista has one. Edison Research has another that comes out annually. That's a real good one. So we'll be talking about these things because it's a part of the puzzle. It is
Okay.
a part of the puzzle. You cannot just make content like spaghetti, throw it on the wall, see if it sticks. That's not strategy. Strategy. It's a tragedy. It's not the strategy for you. You have to have a strategy, and it doesn't have to be difficult. Just get some information, think about your people, what you want to say, and put it together. And then you take your show on the road. You go with it, do what you got to do, and refine it.
Okay.
Okay, that's your strategy. So now let's get into the study. Now, some of the key takeaways. The dominant platforms. Let me bring this up so you can see it. And let me put the link first. That would be helpful. Because this is not behind a paywall. This is not something to pay. It's free. But I'm
Okay.
going to bring it up so we can see it. So if you want to study it later, there's a lot of data in there. But we are going to cover, okay. I just clicked on the wrong thing. We are going to cover like what are the main points. Let's do that. I want to bring this up. Okay, there we go. Now, can we see that? I did zoom it in.
I can see it. So
Okay, does it need to be zoomed in anymore? Oh, there's a pop-up stuff here. All right, let's get rid of that. Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. I was gonna make it a little bigger, but
then
we're
we,
good.
the link is there, so we're good.
This is good. Okay, so let's look at this. This is report dated January 31st, 2024. Americans' social media use. Americans, not the world. There are other studies that they do other countries. We're talking about Americans. YouTube and Facebook are by far the most used online platforms among US adults. TikTok user base has grown since 2021. Okay, and I said this comes from a Pew Research study, 5,733 U.S. adults, done May 19 to September 5th, 2023. And here we go. Which social media sites do Americans use the most? YouTube, by and large, is the most widely used online platform measured in the study. Roughly 8 in 10 U.S. adults, that's 83%, report ever using the video-based platform. That means they went and saw one video. We're not even talking about the people that they use YouTube all the time. So what do we think about that? That doesn't shock me. YouTube, 83%.
I think it's accurate because people, when they go to look for entertainment or they want to learn something, the first place they go to is the YouTube channel.
Okay. Oh, good. That did pop up. I wasn't sure. I clicked on the chart so we can see this.
Yes.
Bigger.
So
Now, this is
so
good.
YouTube being 83%, I'm not surprised.
It's not a shocker.
Mm-mm.
Now, what is shocking to maybe to you, not to me? What's number 2 at 68% use?
Facebook and
Is it Instagram?
no,
Is it TikTok?
nope. Wow.
Facebook. That thing that people don't like they want to be on Instagram. Instagram is number 3 at 47% usage.
Woo, makes you rethink where you're gonna be
But
hanging out.
everybody, but they all want to cry about Instagram. Instagram needs chronological. Instagram doesn't show all my posts. Instagram's not giving me this. My reels are down. My views are down. Who cares? Go to Facebook. Why? Because Facebook, they have a different, there's a different interest there. They're
Right.
used to it. People are used to it. They're more likely to buy something or get your offer or whatever you're doing over there versus Instagram is all about gossip, entertainment, memes, funny stuff, blah, blah, blah. Sure, they might buy on Instagram, but that's not the purpose. That's not what they're going there for. Okay.
Mm,
Look at Pinterest. Pinterest is 35%. Ooh, we talked about them last week.
we did.
More than TikTok. Now, this is a sample. And the reason you can say, oh, it's a sample, it's only 5,000 people. The way they set these samples up, because I work with marketing research companies. I work with Nielsen. So what they do is they know they don't have to get 100% of the people asking questions. Or they don't ask everybody. They don't ask 335 whatever Americans we have. I think it's 335 or 300 something million. They don't do that. They know to ask which state in each state. They know which area. They know, and they have what they call they have demographics based on what, and Fran knows this, based on real estate where people buy homes and
Yeah, they base it on whatever regions they um like Sacramento is one of the places that they love to do studies because it is the demographic is there's diversity, there's
mhm,
it's a real good
representative of
sampling.
the whole. Yes,
Yeah,
representative of the whole.
the
I
whole,
don't
yeah.
have to eat 100% of the pie. I only need a slice from here, here, and here, here.
Yep. And
So
they
they don't have to ask 335 million Americans. They know where to go and who to ask.
yep, they take a little sampling.
A sample. So that's where they get this from. Because if they see what the sample is doing, they know what the rest is doing. Okay, we can fill in the blanks. And then we got generative AI to fill in the blank if we want, but you don't need to.
Mhm.
You only need a sample. That's why it's called a survey. Don't have to ask 100% of the people. So let's look at this. TikTok 33%, LinkedIn 30%, WhatsApp 29%, Snapchat 20. Look at Snapchat 27%. X is still holding on. Reddit is 22. Be real. They did ask, and I read the article. They were asking about be real, and I was like, why? Why even waste your breath on be real? It's not a thing. But if they want to ask the people about be real, go right ahead. So look at these numbers, everybody.
And I understand why Snapchat is 27% because it's not an app for everybody. That app is specific to a certain age group,
Demographic, yeah, age
a
group,
certain
demographic,
demographic.
13 to I keep the
20,
number here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think it's 13 to 29 or 13 to 24 or something. So,
right. So um, that their audience is not everybody, but the majority of people on
and
YouTube is a lot of different age groups are on YouTube.
right. And then
Right.
we have to look at YouTube because it is a part of Google, it's part of Alphabet. Also, the way things are shared on YouTube, you do not have to have an account. When you share a
Mhm.
YouTube video, it plays. You don't have to log
Right.
in. You don't have to. When you do that with Facebook, when you share out of Facebook, they want you to sign in. You don't have to. Some things you don't, like pages, like public pages and groups. You don't have to. You could just bypass that little pop up. But most of these others, you've got to be
A
in a with an
member,
account. Yeah. When I TikTok, like, is there a link? They're like, oh, they want you to log in.
right? And you have to be a member to
Right. YouTube
quote
is not like
unquote
that.
member oh, okay, you want to see this, you need to be a part of it. You got to be on this,
Right.
you got to be in
But
here.
YouTube doesn't do that. I mean, if you want to make a like if you want to be a part of the community, like make a comment or like a video or then they ask you to log in. But to view, which is all YouTube wants. Why does YouTube want views?
For ad
Ads.
purposes.
Ads.
They make it easy for them to serve an ad up to you.
They want a view because they want a view on an ad. That's why there's
Hmm.
no roadblock to watching a YouTube video.
Correct.
None. Click and play. Share it wherever you like. Now YouTube is moving towards, wanting with their YouTube Premium, and they have the thing with the ad blocker that we're fighting now, but you know, YouTube knows that ads are the way to go, even though people don't like them. Let's talk about that a little bit, because what is it, Tubi, and there's another one of these video platforms that are free, and they show the
Yeah,
movies and the TV shows, but there's ads, ads, ads. That's
right.
because
That
that's the
one,
model that works.
right. To be, what is the one from Pluto?
Freebie is
Pluto,
one called Freebie or
Freebie.
something.
Yeah, Freebie is owned by Amazon. So there's
Mhm.
Freebie, there's Tubi, there's Pluto. All of them got ads.
And see, I don't like ads, so I don't watch any of those. I hate ads. I hate them. And now
And
Netflix is coming up with this thing where they're gonna show us ads, even though we're paying. Why? Ask yourself why. That is the model, the road to revenue.
right. And if I have to
You-
watch an ad right now on YouTube, I mean Netflix, I don't have to watch an ad. But if I got to watch an ad, we will be reducing
It's
the
coming.
subscription.
It's coming. Has seen Netflix started out as subscription. That was the way to go, but they've seen the light of more ads, money. That's because you don't like them, I don't like them, but it brings the dollars in.
Right.
Brings the
Yeah.
dollars in.
That's why I got
Mhm.
premium on YouTube. I was like, "Oh,
That's
this
what
is
they want.
wonderful."
See, it's YouTube is like, okay, watch for free, but here's a bunch of ads, and the ads are increasing, and you can't skip them anymore.
Nope.
Versus, here's the subscription. Pay, what is it, $19 a month now?
No, it's 13.90.
Oh,
No,
13. Okay.
it's 13.99. But
Okay. It
when
was
you watch,
11. I remember when it was
yeah,
9.
I remember it was 9 too. When you
Mm-hmm.
are watching it, you can watch and it doesn't interrupt your flow. It doesn't
Right.
interrupt, like you get to a good part of the video and then all of a sudden and you get like
Yeah,
or
somebody's
you're
saying something important, and here comes that ad.
right, and then you got
So
to stop and skip and do. I was like, okay, no, and it gets you get to do other things with
yeah, they
premium.
give you other perks in there.
Yeah.
But this is what they realize. They're going to continue to do ads. And with Netflix and others, I think Hulu has something um with ads. Like they have
All that
their,
stuff got ads.
like everything is like they had a tier that was ad free. I
Well,
don't
I don't
think they're
know
gonna
where that
keep that.
tier is because I had the
Hmm.
package with Disney, right? And that's not ad free.
Okay.
Hulu has ads. And I was like, come on, y'all. And the ESPN Plus is part of that package. It has ads.
Right.
So you're trying to watch something, and I'm like, okay,
Okay, guys. I gotta stop for just a second. Give me a second.
no worries. So, what is your experience with which one of these platforms do you use? Is it are you mostly on YouTube, Facebook? You can just put your answer in the chat over here. Is Facebook your preferred social media app? Which one do you find yourself using most of the time? And I mean most in using it for um, business or personal pleasure. You know, which one of those do you find yourself on? You can put that in the chat. Let's see. What do I want to be putting on here? Oh, and TJ's back. I
Okay.
asked a question about which platform are our viewers using for
Hmm.
personal or pleasure. Haven't gotten a response yet because somebody might just be listening and not able to
Right. They
respond.
can put it
But
in later. That's okay.
mhm, yeah,
So this chart is like, okay, this is what's going on. The latest numbers, the latest data from last year. This is what people are thinking about, what they're using. And a lot of people will, a survey isn't like 100% like, okay, this is set in stone. Some people may fudge or, tell a little fib or what, but most of the time This is representative, and just I love that this is in bar form. Just look at it. Where do we
Yep.
need to be? And we've been saying this for a while. Where do we need to be? YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we need to be? Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, but last week we talked about Pinterest. TikTok
Yeah,
is still
and
hanging in there.
Pinterest got a whole new Pinterest. I have a new appreciation for Pinterest because uh, people. Last week you said people are on Pinterest to buy something. They are
Yes,
looking to buy something. They are putting together whatever they need to put together because they're prepared to buy something.
yes,
They're not in there
yeah.
for entertainment purposes.
They're not going to Pinterest. They don't open that. The users don't open that app to go, oh, let me see what the latest meme is or what's funny. They don't do that. They're there for a reason, a purpose. They're there to window shop
Hmm?
for an event
And
or
when
something in the future. And that
and
future
when
may be next week or 6 months or a year, but they're gonna keep coming back, and then you don't know when the circumstance change and the timeline might be moved up. Well, I gotta buy something. I'm getting a new I'm moving. I need to get something, and then it's all there, and the links are there.
window shopping
So,
leads to shopping.
right. They're not window shopping on Instagram.
Mm-mm.
They're doing other things.
And that's kind of interesting because if I look at my life, I wouldn't go to Instagram first to find out about a particular product that I'm looking to buy. I would go to YouTube to find out what other people said about it, but
Right.
not go to Instagram to ask about the new couch.
Exactly. So here's another chart that shows the data in a different way. So if you like lines, here you go. You can take a look there.
Mm.
And I'm just saying, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Twitter, Reddit, and Be Real. They had an explanation why, but I was like, you could just let Be Real off. We didn't need that. And TikTok has seen growth since 2021. Now we talked about TikTok. I mean, I think on Friday, because there's the story came out that they're still spying. But look at
And
this.
are we surprised? We have a couple of comments here, and if you can tell us who you are, because your name did not pop up, we do apologize for that. I'm not quite sure why
Right.
Facebook coming
I
in on
think
the
from the
group.
group.
Yeah.
If you're watching in the group.
Okay, so we have good morning to who
Hmm.
our viewer here. But if you talk about tech, for example, often enough, then you make an offer, there is potential. Same as TikTok and link your Shopify. Hey,
Oh, it's
Carlos.
Carlos. Hey, Carlos. I think he's watching in the group.
Carlos said
Um.
all platforms are spying.
Mhm. No, we talked about this in the beginning. I said yes, everything spies, but I'd rather Americans spy on me than someone from China. That's just how it is.
Hmm.
They all do it. American company can be held to the fire, potentially held to the fire, paraded before Congress, even though that's a clown show, but they do
Yes.
it. With China,
Oh.
what can you do? Absolutely nothing.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Hey, Carlos, he's over now on YouTube. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I
And he's
think it's
right. That's a
easier
good
on
point. Thank
YouTube.
you for bringing that up. You're right. Everything spies on you. If you got a digital device,
You're being spied on. But I'm just not going to help them spy on me.
you drive down the street in your car, you're being spied on. They have traffic cameras.
Go in the
You walk into the
store,
store.
smile,
Go to
you're on
Whole
camera.
Foods.
They
That
are.
doesn't bother me.
Mm-mm. You know what I was watching the other day?
Hmm.
Person of Interest.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
I was like, dang,
Mhm.
they are not too far from that. That show was kind of on point for stuff.
Yeah, and the movie Minority Report. Remember that?
Hmm. And they just,
We're
okay,
here.
cameras
We're here.
everywhere.
So now let's talk about this stark age differences in who uses each app or site. So they're saying adults under 30 are far more likely than their older counterparts to use many of the online platforms. Age gaps are especially large for Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, platforms that are used by a majority of adults under 30. Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok under 30. For example, 78% of 18 to 29-year-olds say they use Instagram, far higher than the share among those 65 or older, which is 15%. 65% of US adults under 30 report using Snapchat, compared with just 4% of the oldest age cohort. 62% of 18 to 29-year-olds say they use TikTok, much higher than the share among adults age 65 and older, which is 10%. Americans aged 30 to 49 and 50 to 64 fall somewhere in between for all three platforms. Now, here's a note. YouTube and Facebook are the only two platforms that majorities of all age groups use. This is, well, this was at the top. I was like, why didn't they highlight that? This was at the top. YouTube and Facebook is the platform that everybody use across the
Hmm.
age gap.
Yep.
Okay. Then they say no, there is still a large age gap between the youngest and oldest adults when it comes to use of YouTube. The age gap for Facebook though is much smaller. Okay, let's look at this, and I think I can click on this chart. Yes, good. So the youngest US adults are going to use Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. Not a shocker to me. Not a shocker. So this is the gap between the age groups, and this is what I said. This is important. Instagram. If your age group is 18 to 29, okay, yeah, I see why you want to be there. But if your age group is 50, 65 and up, they're not there. They're there, but it's 15%.
And they don't use it. I met
No.
someone yesterday at our first Monday's event, and she does not, she uses Instagram for her personal stuff, like, going skiing or whatever. She
Mhm,
doesn't use
mhm.
Instagram for her business. She uses
Right.
LinkedIn for her business,
Yes.
or Facebook maybe, but definitely LinkedIn, but not Instagram.
Right. And then, there's the thing we talked about for years about how Facebook has a youth problem. They know it. They want the youth. That's why they bought Instagram and blah, 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 blah. But there is a thing to where you have to know the age group of the people you are talking to, your audience. If they are 50, 45 and up, or 50 and up, or whatever, you are spinning your wheels on Instagram. Let it go.
Because
Facebook, look at the bottom.
they're not over there. They will be on Facebook. On Facebook, like you said. Mark has a comment. He says,
Right.
"I've always skewed the stats related to age. I blame it on being a premature twin. I may or may not be immature."
Hey, Mark. And we've talked about this before, but it's just seeing the numbers, seeing the chart, seeing the data in 2024 is that the age group that you're talking to is very, very important, because you're wasting your time on Instagram if it is an older group. If it's 18 to 29, yes, stay over there. But if it's not, you see at the bottom Facebook. They're on Facebook. They're comfortable with Facebook. They like Facebook. Facebook is here. It's here. It's like the telephone. It's like the landline phone. They're over there using it. Get over there. Put your messaging up. Run your ads. Whatever you're gonna do there. Don't chase it's Instagram. They're not buying on Instagram. The young group over there, memes, funny stuff, uh, world star hip hop fights, and all of that stuff that the kids do. Have at it. Now, I'm not saying that people have not sold things or the business hasn't made sales, but I hear the talk of it's harder. They're not getting seen. Nobody's seeing their stuff. Instagram's not showing my post, and they keep, banging on the door. Instagram, show my post to everybody, and Instagram's like, la la la, cause go over to Facebook. They're saying
Uh,
go over to
or,
Facebook,
or buy an ad if you want
or
your post to be seen.
there you go, buy an ad, buy an ad. But they won't do that. They want to sit here in this little trench, this little hole that they fell in and rail. But well, I can't get out of the hole. Yes, you can. Here's the ladder. Climb on out and go over to Facebook. The conversations I see online about why Instagram this and why Instagram, and I'm like, well, Instagram is for entertainment. Are you entertaining? Or is your stuff funny? Are you telling jokes? Are you putting memes with your stuff? Because you can't put some businesses you cannot put a meme with. You cannot marry the meme to what your business is.
Correct.
And if you're just putting up your stuff, they're going ho hum, swipe, and when they swipe, those are signals to Instagram.
That
Your
these people
content
don't like.
is not engaging.
Mm-mm.
We no longer show it to anybody. So you fall in the hole and you wonder why you can't get out of the hole. It's because you're in the wrong hole. Go over to Facebook.
And even on Facebook, you still gonna need to buy an ad.
You're gonna need to do some stuff because Facebook got some stuff over there too. Like, oh, nobody's engaging with your stuff. Go to the back of the bus. Buy an ad, boost your post, move to the front of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. The numbers don't lie. So here we go. So look. Is there anything else we want to talk about here? Snapchat, of course, there's a big age gap because it's Snapchat. Snapchat is 13 to 24, 25 or something like that.
It's good to that you said what the app is known for, because that makes a difference. Because Instagram is known as entertainment, if you don't come with some entertainment, it may not do well. Facebook and YouTube, people are over there, and like you said, they're all across the board. Everybody is using Facebook and YouTube being the bigger one. So do you have something on YouTube that you can present? Maybe you're showing how your product works or whatever, or telling a story about this product and what it does and how it can help on YouTube.
Right.
And and then having the right title for it will generate more eyes on it if somebody is looking for help with that particular product.
Right. And remember, YouTube videos are it's Google, it's SEO, is searchable. We follow Sean Cannell, Think Media.
Yeah.
He's been doing YouTube a long time, and I watched one of his videos, and he said somebody had a video about putting a nail in the wall. Something about a hammer nail that's like 13 years old.
How to nail a hammer in the wall.
That was it.
How to something with the nail and the hammer.
But it's 13 years old. It's 13 years old and it still runs the views. Instagram stuff. Yesterday's post does not go far. No one searches on Instagram for your post from last year. Anything after yesterday is dead unless you revive it. And you revive it with a repost, or you post it or repost it, or put another picture and say the same, that kind of thing. See, people don't realize that no one is going to search for your old stuff on your profile. They only see the recent stuff, and only if you've had engagement on it. Everybody get that? There's no searching. There's searching. Yes, there's an explore page, but who's going to search for things over on Instagram unless somebody told them, "Oh, go follow Beyonce or go follow Taylor Swift or what." Then they type in Beyonce, but they're not typing in your business.
No.
But on YouTube, there's a whole bunch of searching going on. Pinterest, whole bunch of searching going on. So I'm just saying. So there's some more here I want to read. Americans aged 30 to 49 stand out for using 3 platforms: LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and Facebook at higher rates. 40% of this age group uses LinkedIn, higher than the roughly 3 in 10 among those 18 to 29 and 50 to 64. And just 12% of those 65 and older say the same. So this LinkedIn thing, let's look at it. So they're saying 30 to 49 is the main age group for LinkedIn. Why? Because of jobs, searching for
Mm-hmm.
jobs, talking about a job. Why is 18 to 29 and 50 to 64 the lower numbers? Well, 50 to 64, that's retirement age, kind of.
Right.
They're not on
Yep. It
LinkedIn.
is. No, and they're not trying to be back on LinkedIn
No,
looking for work.
they're in retirement mode. They're not looking at jobs and talking about their job or companies or whatever. I mean, some are, yes, but the majority of that age group, I've done my I've done my, my work career. I don't need to go on LinkedIn. I'm in retirement mode. I'm going to look at golf and this and that stuff on Facebook.
Yep.
18 to 29, they're just getting started with their career, and they really should be here more, but they're not getting it because LinkedIn is not the sexy place to be. It's not the fun place to be. There's no entertainment and jokes going on. It has a little bit of that, but they don't see it that way as perception. So that's why that group is not there, because they're in the beginning stages of their career, but they really should be there networking. This would be the
Right.
perfect time for them to get on LinkedIn and start networking for when they get in the 30 to 49 age group. So that's what that's about.
Mark says here, well, they should be searching for my post from last year. Go ahead, cheat yourself and miss out. And then Mark says, I'd like to provide people with the opportunity to actively ignore me on every platform.
See, these are things that you should be posting on your stories. That I like to provide people with the opportunity. Please put that on your stories. I'm going to check and see if you did it. Put that on your stories. All these things you're saying, even the one about searching for my post, you will see something happening.
Right, because it's different. People
And
are
it's
going to
funny.
engage with it. It's funny.
It's funny. All right, so one more thing here. It says overall, a large majority of the young adults use multiple sites and apps. 3/4 of adults under 30, 74% use at least 5 of the platforms asked about. They're saying this is higher than the share of 30 to 49, 50 to 64, and age 65 and older. There's some other demographic stuff. Instagram, they're going race and ethnicity, gender, education, TikTok, LinkedIn. So you might want to go in and look at that. But I really wanted to show you this about the age gap, and also, what TikTok is seeing, which is not shocking. And then this, which is the main thing. YouTube is the widely used online platform across all age groups.
The
All
number
age.
one.
And we've said that before. This is not new to me. I knew it was going to be YouTube. And there's a thing about, oh, well, everybody's on TikTok. Well, look at what TikTok is doing. I said on Friday, TikTok is actually encouraging longer videos and also 16:9 horizontal. It automatic if you post a 16:9 horizontal instead of the portrait, TikTok will automatically turn it. And you have to turn your phone. It happened to me. I was like, wow, look at that. I was like, how are they gonna make me turn it? It automatically turns. TikTok knows that they want you to, and it's all about staying on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
A longer video, longer watch time, you're staying on the platform. I can serve more ads.
And that's what
And
they're
trust,
doing.
TikTok needs
Now,
some money.
yeah, so would you say TikTok is more entertainment based?
TikTok is kind of everything for, like I said, the group that we talked about, the
Okay.
18 to 29.
So
TikTok is
it's
their
where they can
everything.
just, where they can go in there, and because there was somebody I was um, uh, talking to and had a chance to spend time with them. They were always on TikTok. Kids was on TikTok, mom was on TikTok, everybody was on. I was like, okay, but that was the demographic at the, that they, and the mom was probably there because the kids were there and she needed to see whatever the kids was posting and how they were posting,
Hmm.
and so she's uh,
See, TikTok
taking a
is
look.
like TikTok is like potato chips. Do you just eat one?
Mm-mm.
Who eats one potato chips? I'm done. You might tell yourself, I'm only eat a couple, but you're watching TV, you're doing something else mindlessly, and you're just that's what TikTok is. And TikTok
And
is everything for the 18 to 29. They go there for everything. They go there for search, they go there for entertainment. And while they're there, they're going to see educational stuff or things that they've never seen before. Like I said, I got sucked in with the squirrel. They domesticated the squirrel and they dressed the squirrel up, and
clothes on a little squirrel.
that thing had me. I watched one. I was like, how in the world did they get this squirrel to live in the house? And they was dressing it up in a dress, and she was doing all kind of things because she domesticated the thing from a baby. But it was just so fascinating. And then there's another guy that I saw on Instagram, but he's on TikTok also with the squirrels. Like he has the squirrels come to his balcony and he set up a whole house for them, and they come in. He puts the nuts down and they come in and he makes them look at TV, and they do all kind of things. And I'm like, how in the world did he do that? Fascinating
And
stuff like that. It's mindless, it's harmless, but it's entertainment. It's a break.
yeah, and he probably retired. I'm gonna play with the squirrels.
And then I think he's a comedian or actor in LA, something about LA, and he's connected with Tabitha Brown. If you know Tabitha Brown, he's kind of in that group. But I don't know that he just did this one video and it took off, and he's doing this thing. I even know that the squirrel name is Maxine. I cannot remember his name. I saw him on Instagram, but I know he's on TikTok. And he does the videos, and then Maxine has a husband, and then they had the babies, and then he had a whole, and see, the deal with this thing is that it's a story. The lady with the squirrel on TikTok has a story. This guy
It's
with the squirrel has
it's
a story. It's not about
it's
the
all
squirrel.
about the story.
It's not about the
It is all
squirrel
about
per
the story.
se. It is the story. It's unusual that it is a squirrel.
Yeah,
Now, if she dressed up the dolls, say she did Barbies, and would that be entertaining? No, because everybody does that. She did a squirrel, animal lover, squirrel, dressed it up and all kind of things, and the squirrel was going around the house and this and that. And the
because
way TikTok is set up, it serves the video. It's a buffet. It's never ending. You have to push yourself away. That's the other issue with it with kids and TikTok. They don't know they don't know how to stop themselves from eating at the buffet. That's where parenting comes in. But that's another whole story. But that's what's going on with TikTok. TikTok serves you what you like. So if you like cake, you're gonna get cake 24/7, and it's never gonna stop. Now they put things in to say, okay, you've been watching too many videos. Do you want to stop? But most people just get out my way. I want more cake eating videos or travel videos or squirrel videos or whatever videos. So TikTok gives you everything. And for this age group, they don't search Google. We heard the stories. They don't search Google. They open TikTok and they search in there. They don't
yep.
go to Google.
I
That's
think
why
they
the
might.
new go
I
ahead.
think they might go to Google just for the how-to stuff because I don't know if I've seen any how-to on TikTok. I
Oh,
could
there's
be
tons
wrong.
of how-tos. There's I was just getting ready to say the news organizations are there, medical profession is there. They're dancing. I saw a dancing dentist, a dancing. There's a nurse. I remember there was a story about a nurse that she's on TikTok because she wanted to give them if sexual health information or some kind of information, and she's like, the kids need it. Well, where do I go? TikTok.
Yeah.
And she's there
Now,
giving information. She doesn't dance. She gets out the information, but she does it in an entertaining story like way.
right. And then there's the credibility situation too, because we ain't doing coffee with lemon to try and lose weight, because it's them people that were out there too. But the
And see,
majority of
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, because I think you were going to say the same
There,
thing I was saying.
and see that group, they don't go to TikTok to search for sexual health. It comes up
Mm-hmm.
when they're watching something else, and then they get drawn in, and then they watch her, and then they get the information. Same thing. There's a lot of professionals over there, health professionals. I think I talked about the esthetician
Right.
on TikTok a while back.
Yeah, she was she the
She had a
massage or
massage. She was talking about the things the things you need to do before you come get a bikini wax. But she didn't say it like, well, like in Professor. She told a funny story. And she was looking at the
right.
camera and funny, being herself, and it took off. That's what I'm saying
Right.
about the information you give out. It's potato chips. It has to be attractive, and you don't have to put on a clown suit and dance. That is over. The dancing part, yeah, the kids are still dancing, but as a business owner and someone who's giving out information, building a brand, a health professional, whatever you're doing, you're just giving it straightforward, but you're doing it, you have little words pop up, or you have things pop up, or you have the right music, but then there's an issue with the music now on TikTok because they took away a lot of the popular music.
Universal. Yeah,
Yeah,
universal.
Universal,
They
but I
should.
think they're gonna come back to the table. TikTok is gonna have to open their bag and pay out some money. Because it started out as Musically. Where's the music? Oh, we don't have like half of the popular music. What? They're gonna have to open the bag and pay them. So I hope I expect to see a change in that. But this is what TikTok is about. It's everything. It's not one thing. It looks like dancing teenagers. It looks like silly stuff. But that's YouTube. YouTube is the same way. It looks like Mr. Beast. But there's tons of stuff over there that's not Mr. Beast.
Mm-hmm.
The little kid that does the toy reviews. If you're a parent or you're a kid, you're gonna go there and watch that.
Look, there are people, and I don't know, and you're talking about YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There are like a children's, a little kids teacher,
Mm-hmm.
preschool teacher, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or preschool, toddler, whatever.
Right.
This
That
woman
is.
is making money. When the pandemic hit, she went home and started doing videos for parents who had little children, right? I'm
Because they need
talking,
something to watch.
she didn't stop. She is still doing it. And the kids are like, Miss whoever she is, and they're watching. And she does all the little, it ain't Sesame Street, but
So
she's got the
yeah.
kids' attention.
So that's what I was thinking. Remember PBS had a whole bunch of shows.
Yep.
They still have it called PBS Kids. Why do they have that? Kids need something to watch. They can't watch the news. They can't watch this. And parents want their kids to be educated. So if you're entertaining and educated, YouTube is your network. Everything
Yep.
YouTube is everybody's network. It's just that there's going to be a Mr. Beast, and there's going to be this lady, and there may be somebody
Yeah.
else that has 1,000 subscribers. But you're putting out information, and it's attracting those people. Your pot may be small or it may be huge, like Mr. Beast. Everybody's not going to be Mr. Beast or Marcus Brownlee or Gary Vee or whoever's over there, but they're all over there giving out the information. And thinking, I just remember this, that Roberto Blake, I always talk about him. He was doing live streams before he just went back and started. His live streams go 3 hours.
Okay.
And you will go, who's watching that for 3? Everybody.
Whoever his audience is watching. Okay, you know Miss Rachel? I mean, I know this is a side note, Miss Rachel has 7.9 million followers.
Is that the lady, the lady you just talked about? Can you bring it
Hmm.
up? Bring it up.
Yeah.
Let's see. And
I was like,
while you're doing that, Mark says, I even put my podcast on YouTube. It's not going to hurt. It's going to help.
it's going to help, Mark, seriously, because if I can get to your podcast from YouTube, which is probably easier than going to Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, and if
Right.
I go straight over to YouTube on my premium account, click your
Mhm.
podcast, I don't have to get out of my other, try and get over into the other app,
Right.
especially
And remember, I think I said last week, I'm trying to remember that I said, or I don't remember when it was. I said something about sharing your Yes, I was saying about sharing your podcast on Pinterest because it's one link. And then with a podcast, you have to have a page that has all because with podcasts, like Fran just said, it's Spotify, Apple, this, that, and the other. So you don't know which one to share. But if you do it on YouTube, you got one link to share. Miss
okay.
Rachel.
Miss Rachel got 8.26 million subscriber, and she only got 109 videos up.
Wow. Toddler learning videos and baby learning videos with a real teacher. Boom. That's
Mm-hmm.
You don't even got to look at the rest. She got right in that part right there. Her profile is perfect. Perfect. Toddler learning videos and baby learning videos and then she put with the real teacher, not just it's just a person. She's a
No,
teacher.
she went through her classes and whatever it is to become teacher, and she only got on 109 videos.
You don't need a lot.
She got millions of views on these
Look at
videos.
this. 2 months. She's got 87,000. Is it 87,000 views on that
No,
one?
81. No, that's 81 million.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I didn't see it was scrolling. I didn't see all I saw was 87.
Nope, 81 million views. I was like,
Okay,
learn
so
the
her video
alphabet.
right there is 81 million views 2 years ago. Okay, let's explain this. This thing is playing. She made it 2 years ago. It's 2 years old. But her content is evergreen.
Mm-hmm.
Toddler learning. There's a toddler, there's a baby born every second somewhere.
Right.
And remember, YouTube is global.
And
There are people in
YouTube
other countries that want to teach their children English.
and YouTube is low barrier. There is no bars to get into YouTube.
Nope. Hey, Tachi's here. Dr. Tachi's here. She
Hey, Dr.
says, I just got Miss Rachel as a recommendation today. I've never heard of her.
Yeah.
Then she says she is working it. Yep, she's working it.
And she got her team of people.
What else do I need to say? YouTube. We've been saying YouTube. I've been saying YouTube. Get started. I got to work on my YouTube. Everybody got to work on their YouTube. Mark said he had the podcast over. Put your podcast over there. Why? Because last week I said Pinterest is one link. YouTube is one link. If you have a podcast, you got to go, well, watch me on Apple Podcasts. Watch me on Spotify. Watch me on, is Stitcher still? I don't even know all of the podcasts.
Yeah. And you don't have to know them, because if you just put the podcasts are a, what is it called? Podcasts are a selection for your video. You can upload to your podcast. It is pretty much a playlist because you're still uploading a video, and then you just click it as a podcast.
Right. And then if you're putting it on YouTube, you don't have to be like this. You don't have to be on camera. You can put up a static picture or a series of pictures or a slideshow or whatever. That's called a faceless video. People making lots of views and money with it, with just faceless videos. So your YouTube, and actually you could do this. And what I'm trying to do the thing where the camera, where you still talk, but the picture's not there. Did I do that right?
Like that?
Yes. You could do that in StreamYard or whatever, and this goes on YouTube.
Yep. And because people are listening. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still hear her, and the little thing is pulsing, which means she's talking. I've seen
Yep.
people use StreamYard exactly like this, but they had a background picture, they put up pictures, and they never show their face. And it goes
Right.
on YouTube as a video and as a podcast.
And you can, I want to see something here. I'm going to put my face back.
Mm-hmm.
On here, you when you are going in, let me share the screen one more time. When you go in here, you see this right here where it says podcast?
Right.
You can just click on somebody's podcast. I can go to your channel, click on a podcast. This is faster than going into Apple, Spotify, or whatever. I just go.
Right. There's many ways to approach this. And for some
Oh,
reason, there's go ahead.
no, Mark said drop the
Oh, you
balloon.
doing the camera thing. Um,
Let me see if it
I've
works.
I've been seeing the last 6 months, people are just fixating on Instagram, spinning their wheels, stuck in the mud. Why? I can't get any traction. I can't get any growth on Instagram. Leave. Because Instagram is not even number 2. Let me put this back. Let me put this back.
Zeph is in the
Let me put this
house.
back. Let me put this back. Let me
Zeph is
put
in the
this.
house today. Hey, Zeph.
Hey, let me put this back. Because I need to put this back. People need to see this. I don't know what to tell you.
YouTube
YouTube.
is number one. Facebook is number two, which
But
tells
they
me I need to spend some more time on Facebook. I'm like, oh, and I really, you don't want to, but you got to. If you got people over there in that you're serving, clients that you're serving in that age group, you got to be there.
Yes, that's why I said the age gap, the age group. And let me put that one back up. Let's take a look at that one again, because that one was important. The age gap. Yeah. And the link is in the chat. So, and this is
You might
pewresearch.org.
put the link again because if the
Yeah, okay, let
person
me
came
post
into
it
the
again.
chat
Let me put it
later,
again.
they won't see it.
Okay, there we go. I think Dr. Tachi has some comments.
She said, Facebook, yuck, but a necessary evil for certain businesses.
It's the place you want to be.
Hmm.
You
And if
need
you
to
put
be
out an
there. I
ad,
don't.
you put some ads out, you're going to get some hits because they going to want you
Um,
to get hits.
there's the thing about Instagram Reels, not the view. The views are down, blah blah blah. But over on Facebook, Reels is hot.
And
And
now
nobody.
here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your reel on Instagram and has it connected to your Facebook account, you don't even have to try and post over there. It'll go to your Facebook account automatically, and you're probably getting
Right,
hits, but you got to go check on Facebook.
right. Now remember, if you do polls and the other things that's interactive on Instagram, it's not interactive. I don't believe it's interactive on Facebook,
Yeah,
but
that part
it
doesn't work.
doesn't matter because you could get somebody on Facebook could reply. Just type in to your reel. So I'm just listen, we've been talking about Facebook, we've been talking about YouTube for a long time. I just like to throw the numbers up and say, here, numbers, do with it what you will. And also we talked about where each age group, where are they? Or is it 65 and up on Snapchat? No. But they're on that Facebook, boy. They're loving that Facebook. If that's your
Mhm.
group, if your group is 30 to 49, it's LinkedIn. But across the board, it is YouTube. That's what I love. Across the board, it is YouTube. A lot of the younger crowd, let's say 30 to 49, they may not use Facebook, but they go there because somebody had a birthday. or somebody had a party or a baby or this or that, and they go over for that one post and they get sucked in and they're going to see stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Yolanda, hey.
Hey, Yolanda. She has a question. What is the ask/offer for LinkedIn?
The ask offer? What do you mean? I'm not getting it. The offer for LinkedIn? You mean the age group, or let me get a little bit more on that
Mm-hmm.
for link.
Because LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
is a certain demographic. Now, see, for her product, everybody is a customer. Not everybody, but
Well, yeah, everybody.
everybody
Who
is
you
her
got
customer.
skin? If you got skin,
Yep.
you need soap.
You need to take a shower. You need to or bath or whatever. You need bath products. So for
Yeah,
her,
she can even do a baby line if she wanted to.
what do we
I'm
do?
just
What do we
I'm not
want from
saying
connections?
nothing. Hmm. Oh,
She
I'm
said,
looking.
what do we
I'm
want? What do we want from
okay.
connections on LinkedIn?
Oh, so the thing about LinkedIn, and I was going to talk about that, but we'll talk a little bit about it now. And I'm glad that it was in here. I was looking for um where it said, yeah, okay, so it says Americans aged 30 to 49 stand out for using LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and Facebook, and they're saying 40% of this age group uses LinkedIn, higher than the younger crowd of 18 to 29 and the older crowd of 50 to 64. And I said that was because 30 to 49 is the prime job career age, where you're in your career, you're looking for networking, you're looking for new jobs, you're talking about your job, your career focused, career minded.
Right.
But
Now, go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I just some more comments. So
Yeah, she says she writes a diary on running a soap business on LinkedIn. She doesn't sell over there, but
perfect.
I'm thinking,
Mhm.
go
You
ahead.
don't sell over there. LinkedIn is about your 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 career story, but also B2B, also business exposure to clients or customers through what she's doing. I write a diary on running a soap business. Perfect. Because LinkedIn, think business, 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 business. Job opportunities, looking for jobs, talking about my business, growing my business, the problems, concern, challenges when running a business. I talk about it over there. People who are also business minded will read her post and chime in, will say, yeah, I agree with this, or here's some advice, or I went through something similar, blah, blah, blah. That's what happens on LinkedIn. Here's the key
Now,
to growth on LinkedIn. When you make comments, your posts get shared in the feed. Like, I'm trying to remember how I saw it the last time I was there. And bring up her comment while I'm trying to remember.
so she said, what's a good B2B ask? Now you all can, TJ, you can steer me in the right direction. I'm thinking
Hmm.
if I have the $5 soaps or the Valentine soaps, and these people are on LinkedIn, why not have, as she's telling her stories already, and by the way, you can get a gift box for your significant other. If I'm in the Because business owners, don't they got to send gifts to their clients and send
Yes, but
gifts to?
you right. But see, you don't want to do a direct ask. You're right. You do. She does want to include links to her site, but it's not a direct sale.
Correct.
It's an indirect by telling her story.
Right.
And then the offer. I'm trying to think about how to do this because you don't want to do the direct sale. Um, something about interest. No, not interest.
If you'd like to learn more, click here type
Well, not even
situation.
that. It has to be, and I've seen somebody do it. I cannot remember what it is. But she's on the right track with the story part of it, the
Mm-hmm.
challenge part of it. This is what I'm dealing with in my day-to-day business part of it. See? The challenges. Because when she's on TikTok, she's showing how she makes the soap.
Right.
She can talk about that on LinkedIn, but they don't really want to see that over there. They really want to commiserate with you because they're on their entrepreneurial or business journey also. And if you share your daily things, your thoughts, your ideas, I'm trying to grow. I'm thinking about this new line of soap, blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think? The baby thing. I'm thinking of starting a baby line, or I'm thinking whatever it is. What's the
And ask
opinion? What do you guys think? What's the opinion? Is it feasible? Is this something I should do? Because she's adding to her line. You see how where I'm going with this?
right,
It's a
right. And
business talk about my business and growing it, improving it. What should I do? Anybody got an advice? That kind of thing. Right. She said right. Okay.
so it's like scaling, and because they like talking about scaling your business over there, so you're asking different ways to scale. Should I add the baby line, baby
Ask a
products?
question, get an answer. People will see it. And here's another part of LinkedIn for her. Comment on people that are talking about their business. Doesn't have to be soap, just people talking about their business, the
Mhm.
challenges, the things they're going through. They're not having a good time or they're having a good time. Share the wins, share the successes, share the challenges, share what's going wrong, but ask for advice. I would
Yes.
do that.
Yep.
I'm
Yes,
thinking
ma'am.
about, and you just, to all the, experienced business owners out there, or, if you've gone through this, let me know. I'm thinking about adding a new line, but I'm overwhelmed. I've got these other lines and I don't want to upset the balance. You know what I'm trying to say? And then you say,
Right.
well, I'm looking for some advice. Does anybody have any advice for me? Drop the mic. That's it. Then you go and look at your feed or search or whatever and see what people are talking about with business or marketing, whatever. Just type in some topics, see some posts that look like you might want to engage with, drop some comments. Don't spend all day on this, one or two comments somewhere, because when you interact on LinkedIn, your other posts get shown in the feed. I've seen it. I'm trying to see if I can remember. Oh, we're running out of time. I don't want to go too far. But I've seen it. And I haven't been in LinkedIn for a while. See, I haven't been there also. So let me see. I've seen it where I've made a comment and then they said, "Oh, you do you want to see these other posts?" And then also people that I follow, if they like something that I haven't seen, LinkedIn will say this person likes this. It shows up. I'm trying to see where I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe I got to go back in and make some comments and stuff. But it popped up like a little shelf and it says, "Oh, you like this post or you something with this post from this person. Here are their other posts." And it was like a little shelf. And I was like,
Right.
"Wow, did you see that?"
She says, right, my notifications definitely increased. Now, TJ, how would she do on Pinterest? Because we talked about Pinterest last week.
"Oh, are you on Pinterest?" Um,
Yolanda?
trying about Yolanda. Because if not, you should be posting your links to your TikToks, and remember, I said Pinterest was an image and a link to anything. Anything you want to get a connection with. And the perfect business is soaps and link on Pinterest. Because remember, people are in the mood to buy. They're there to buy.
She says her Pinterest is automated.
Okay, she's there. Okay, good. She's there. Um, Wedding
And
themed soaps. Yes, we all need to do more. Don't worry about it. I admit I need to do more too. We're talking about it here. But for Pinterest, you've got a website, you've got links to things that she already has. She could do, and it's about the image. Remember, it's about the graphic that you make. So just think about what you can say and link it to your TikTok or link it to your reel or link it to your Facebook page or your Facebook group or your Facebook reel or your Facebook video or your YouTube video. It's a link. It doesn't care. Pinterest doesn't care what the link is. You're
Right.
driving traffic from the graphic to the link. That's all
Right.
it is.
And she says it attracts so many soap makers. See, it's not for the soap maker, it's for the
You're not there. See,
consumer.
you're not there to talk about the soap. You now that place, Pinterest, you're there to show your soap. That's your storefront. That's your Tiffany's window. Like on LinkedIn, you're not over there to sell. You're over there to talk about the business. On Pinterest, this is what I got. Wedding theme, a wedding themed soap, a bridal themed soap, bridal party soap, guest soaps for your new house. You see where I'm going with this? And you just make the graphic in Canva. Don't overthink this. Go to Canva. That's why I said we was talking about Canva, and I think Fred loved him, but he was saying, "Oh, don't use Canva." I'm like, "Yes, you use Canva because you want to knock these things out,
Right.
and you're gonna have a template, and it's gonna be attractive." There you
Wedding.
go.
Yeah, okay. And she said she'll be thinking about it for wedding season. Wedding season is now. The
She's got a
people
Father's Day. I know you got Father's Day gift things and Easter things and
and
graphics.
Valentine's and all kind of stuff, and your Fridays
5 best
soaps.
ideas for wedding party favors. Your little soaps. The little wedding soaps in a little 5 pack. However you got it. It doesn't even matter. But see
Right.
how you gotta tie it into that wedding, bridal, graduation, Easter, what's coming up? Valentine. I know she got Valentine's Day. What's the other
Yeah.
one in March with the green?
Oh,
St.
St.
Patrick's Day
Patrick's
soap.
Day.
You got St. Patrick's Day soap?
Because the people who dress their house up, they would like to have the green soap in the bathroom and
Guest soap.
all the people who do the whole.
Because people are there, and we were talking about friends that people are there they're going to buy a house, renovate a house, redecorate a house. They need ideas. You're there, guest soaps, this soaps for the little tiny things like that people are looking for. And guess what? They're already primed to buy. So your link is to direct to the shop for them to buy. There's no, you don't got to dress it up. You don't got to talk. Picture, link to the shop.
Right.
That item, not the shop. That item that you're talking about. People
Dr.
on
Tasha
Pinterest
says
are
it's always
primed to buy.
Dr.
Yes,
Tasha says
yes.
it's always wedding season somewhere. People get married in Florida year round.
And the one, if they're in a warm place like Florida, there's certain tropical themes and tropical scents and themes, and you set up the beach scene, and there's all kind of ways to go with this. And we talked about it last week, so go back and look at the Pinterest. And I know, yeah, yeah. That's what people are going for. We talked about this last week because it's 12:30. We gotta get going. I could talk about this forever, but we gotta
Right.
get
So
going. So last week we
yes.
talked about Pinterest.
And yeah, if you got something to sell, you're selling it on Pinterest.
Pinterest is not there for casual browsing. People are in the mindset of I'm getting married. I'm buying a new house. I'm a new parent. I have a new job. I need a new hairstyle. I need new makeup. I need fashion. I need X. You be there with X.
Mm-hmm.
Pinterest is a graphic and a link. They click on that graphic. Your cart is right there. Your product is right there with a big buy now on it. And then Pinterest also has things within that's shop based and where you're running ads and stuff. But it's we were going to talk about that at a later date. But yeah, I don't know why people are sleeping on Pinterest, which is why we talked about it last week about not sleeping on Pinterest.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yolanda had a message for Dr.
Oh,
Tachi. Your favorite soap is back Friday.
there you go.
Hmm. Wow, this has
Okay,
been good.
so yeah, so we went into a little bit of what we talked about with Pinterest. And I knew this. I said Pinterest has been slept on. Don't sleep on Pinterest. If you have a website, it's all in last week's show. Go back and watch it, please. We'll put the link in.
Yeah. So,
I'll
and
come back and put the link in.
if you
Got
want more great information on a one-to-one with TJ, you can do that. You can find TJ anywhere at Terry Johnson Online all over the world. And oh yeah, so she says you got an order already coming, Yolanda. And we thank
oh
you for tuning in too. So if you want to become a part of the Bizchicks community, so you're going to make sure you follow TJ. And if you want to become a part of the Bizchicks community, you can do that by texting biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. TJ will be back next week. We got more. This was good. So be
yeah. So
sure to.
I put the link to the last one was called The Second String. That's the YouTube link.
And remember, we're always here to help you take the hassle out of the hustle so
Right.
that you can build a profitable business.
Yeah,
That's
and you know,
fun.
follow me everywhere. Terry Johnson Online. You guys know Terry Johnson Online. Everywhere you want to be.
Everywhere. So thank you for tuning in. TJ, thank you for bringing us some really great
Welcome.
information. We'll be back you'll see TJ again this week on Friday when
Mm-hmm.
we're doing our social tech life weekly. And then Dr. Tachi will also be with us,
Yep.
unless she's on
Media.
assignment, and with the media updates. And we will see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Looking forward
everybody.
to the next time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. And the questions and comments. Keep it coming. Love it.
Yay. Love it. See you later.